So good afternoon, everyone. So this is other topics around or the continuation of the discussion since we are on the part of having the advanced lesson for this and to have also make makeup class. So with this subject again, understanding the self, no. So I'm your professor, Mr. John Carl Bullo. So we do have this module to discuss, and that is a module 7. The topic was the Eastern thought of self. Okay, so we have actually been broad and discussed yung self natin, no? So it's very broad for us na talagang how we know ba talaga yung sarili natin. So the lesson objectives for this are differentiate individualist self and collectivist self, and of course, know the influence of Eastern and Oriental to ourselves. Okay? Kasi some of that is nakukuha natin sa mga part ng adaptations of the environment, of course, or in other countries natin, no? So may mga ganun tayong part. So let us try, no? Since konti lang naman yung part ng module na to. So the question was, what is collectivism? Now from the word collect, na tawag natin. And then ism natin, no? So collectivism is a value that is characterized by emphasis of cohesiveness among individuals and prioritizations of the group over the self. Individuals or group that subscribe to a collectivist worldview tend to find common values goals as particularly salient and demonstrate greater orientation toward in-group than toward out-group. Tinatawag natin. Bakit po? Kasi may mga kanya-kanya tayong perceptions, no? Parating po dyan. We have different traits, we have different characters na tinatawag natin. 'Di ba? When we are in high school life, we are actually been receiving good moral character na tinatawag, and that is actually based upon on the attitude that you have made along the stay during your high school life na tinatawag natin. So sometimes other students are hindi nabibigyan because of the poor behavior or even attitudes na ginagawa nila. So therefore, kailangan tawag doon, ito yung isa nating i-ano, not just only tandaan but of course pakinabangan all throughout the day na kapag tayo po ay nasa real work, no, na ng world. So, the term in-group is thought to be more diffusely defined for collectivist individuals to include societal units ranging from the nuclear family to a religious or racial or even ethnic group. No? So we wanted to be in tinatawag natin. Bakit? Kailangan natin maging familiar eh. Kaya nga tayo may tatawag na culture shock kasi nga hindi ito yung nakagawian natin. So therefore, we need to adapt those environment kapag nandun tayo sa kanila. For example, bakit kaya ang SM in Baguio, no, is walang aircon? Since sa Baguio kasi ang condition nila ng climate is that malamig na, so therefore they don't need to. And then in order for you to tawag doon, to surpass yung tinatawag nating paliligo sa umaga, you need to of course have your hot water, no? Kasi hindi ka naman aware na in Metro Manila, meron tayong tinatawag na tawag doon season climates, no? So, normally, December lang natin nararamdaman or yung mga bare months natin kasi nagbabago siya just because of hanging amihan. So, the same thing, so kung nasang place tayo, we need to adapt culture, behavior, attitudes, no? Parating po dun sa mga ano nila, nakagawian nila. So, collectivism, of course, is the idea that individual's life belongs not to him, but to the group or society of which he is merely part, that he has no rights, and that he must sacrifice his values and goals for the group's greater good, no? Para sa kapakanan ng nakararami na tinatawag natin. According to collectivism, the group or society is a basic unit of moral concern. Basic unit of life is a family, it is a society. So we also have this moral concern. And the individual is of value only insofar as he serves the group, no? As one advocate of this idea puts in, man has no rights except those which society permits him to enjoy. No? Naniniwala ba tayo sa part ng man does not live by bread alone, or tawag doon, no man is on an island, tawag natin. So let's try kung paano natin magsasurvive yung everyday life natin. So from the day of his birth until the day of his death, society allows him to enjoy certain so-called rights and deprives him of others. Not because society desires especially to favor or oppress the individual, but because its own preservation, welfare, and happiness are the prime consideration parating po dito sa part na yan. Okay? So, yun po yung sinasabi natin. So, nasa sa inyo naman din po kung paano kayo gagalaw doon sa mundo na yon, no? So, arguments of confusions, we have actually given for this, no? And of course, you can rely to your copy. Personality or self as such is not seen as inherently existing, but as something that is being formed through upbringing and environment. Okay? So sabi nila, maniniwala ba tayo na kapag tawag doon, tayo po ay lumaki, no? Sa sabihin nating hindi gano'n karangyang buhay, no, is the same attitude na rin po yung gagawin natin, no? So, it's actually different, no? It's the perceptions of each individual on how they are catered those. For example, ako, mahirap ako. And at the same time, galing ako sa mahirap din na pamilya. But it doesn't mean na hindi ako marunong gumalang, no? Why? Because I have my education. Sometimes kasi we have been limited, no, knowledge in terms of how we are going to act, no, as an individual in the certain environment or in the society, no? Hindi naman lahat na nakapag-aral ay tawag doon magalang or bastos, no? It depends on them kung paano nila i-appreciate, and at the same time, papaano ba nila tawag doon, ipapakita, no? So, sometimes kasi yung specific into general, nabo-broaden eh. Okay? No, na kapag alam nilang mahirap ka, okay, ito lang ugali niyan. No. No? So, binabago yan. No? So, sabi nga nila, bilog ang mundo. Okay? Second one, every person is born with four beginnings, which do not encapsulate a concept of self as yet, but which together, if put in the Western framework of thinking, may be called pre-self or potential self. Diba? Bakit ba tayo lagi na lang pinag-i-introduce yourself, no? Pagkatapos natin ng tawag doon ng day one natin. This is because of preparing everyone to be confident in front of many people, and at the same time to prepare individuals na pagdating ng interview nila during their job is mabilis na silang mag-isip at mabilis silang makakasagot, no? That is why we have put schools just to prepare, no? Yung mga nag-aaral natin, and of course, some other ay hindi naman din, no? Yung mga bumababa natin mga student from the NSTP na they are conducting lessons, no? In each of the barangays, which individuals are don't have any ability to send into school, no? So of compassion, tinatawag natin. Sometimes kasi in practicality, we need to be, tinatawag nating money wise, no? But still, if you are compassionate to whatever works you have, therefore, you have your heart on it. Okay? No matter what. Kasi may mga ganun tayo naririnig or even sa mga TVs natin na napapanood, no? Bakit kaya tawag doon, kahit ganito lang yung ano niya, yung trabaho niya, no? He or she is being compassionate to whatever task na ginagawa niya. And of course, we have the heart of righteousness, na tawag natin. We also have the heart of propriety and the heart of wisdom. So these are the four arguments based upon on the Confucius, no? Na kung saan sometimes hindi natin na papansin, nagagawa na pala natin 'tong mga 'to. The third one is the personality in the Confucian perception is an achieved state of moral excellence rather than a given human condition. No? Wala yan. No? On the external look natin, pilay ka man, buo man ang pangangatawan mo, but still pare-pares naman pantay ang mga tao. The concept of self also is deep, masyadong malalim. Magkakaiba kasi tayo eh. There are some, they are too much emotional. Yung iba naman, they are very religious, no? And with that, yung tinatawag nating culture shock, kailangan natin siyang pakibagayan, na? So, yun yung mga part na dapat ay ginagawa natin. So, we have here, now on your right side, the individualist and collectivist na tinatawag natin. Individualists typically reflect Western ideals, while the collectivist typically reflects Eastern ideals. So as you can see, on the individualist, we have the interdependent or independent, while the collectivist on the other side is a socially interdependent. Huh? So others, like on a working students of us, they do stand alone because they have works and at the same time kaya na nila kung papaano, no? So that's why uh, salute no to our working student no so even I am a working student before for 8 years as a service crew so this is one way na kung saan ipinapakita natin na we can stand alone no we're not actually depending on the social or on the environment. For example, if, no, wag naman sana, mawala yung magulang natin that would guide us, no, along the way of staying, no, in this world. So, how we are going to adjust with the so-called independency, no, kung hindi natin alam yon. Self-reliant, others are in-connected, but of course, syempre, pag may mga connections din naman tayo, no, it's a matter of owing them, no, achievement orientated and moderate or traditional. Ayan. So sabi nila, it's not about the grades, no? It's the attitude on how are you going to deal with the person, no? Kasi at the end of this is hindi naman din tayo magkakasama sa trabaho. We do have different fortes, we do have different line of work, and at the same time, um, nasa task pa rin natin kung papaano, no? It was the basis na tinatawag nating performance evaluation on a different organization. Competitive, no, on the individualist, while on the collectivist is cooperative, no? Andiyan yung may mga part na in groupings, sometimes may mga initiative na iba na sila na yung gagawa, sila na yung tawag doon, sila na yung magbubuod, no? While others are they do cooperate lang, no? I am sorry lang. They do cooperate, no, in other learnings around. Assertive and obedient, pleasure-seeking and self-sacrificing. Ayan. So, they are not, ano eh, tawag doon, they are eager to find another pleasure, no? Kasi parang they are discontented to whatever they have na tinatawag natin. Direct and self-controlled and self-interest and equalitarian. No, so most of the words indicated here are just self-explanatory. So therefore, you can actually look for the synonyms of it for um an easy way of thinking for the meaning so that you can use this, no, for you to understand. And sometimes kasi tag doon, malalim na word lang talaga yung ginagamit. Then this will be the comparison of individualism and collectivism in terms of the following category. We have the caregiving, communication, consciousness, education, group identity, language, opinion, others, task orientation, and transgression. No? So, papaano ba? Kasi sometimes we do rely in groupings, we do rely on our own, no? Sabi nila, masaya tayo sa barkada, pero at the end of this, hindi naman natin sila ganun makakasama ng panghabang buhay, no? So, we need to stand. We know dapat as we tawag doon, grow older, we learn, no, on how we stand, no, in life, and of course, um, how we are going to, sustain our own needs, no. So financial man yan, no, or other way around. At least you know on how to. And I think that would be for this lesson. Thank you for listening.